This is a reading of my blog post, Quick Language Hack to Increase Self-Esteem. This is for people who either don't want to read or can't read for some reason, and it's going to be a mostly verbatim reading, so I will try to get through it as clearly as possible. Here we go. Quick Language Hack to Increase Self-Esteem. We all talk to ourselves. It's true. I don't mean split personality Robert 1 arguing with Robert number 2 here, but Robert telling himself smooth move internally when he spills coffee all over the book he's trying to read. This is called internal dialogue or self-talk, and it's completely normal. Sometimes we are huge jerks to ourselves, though. There are some glaringly obvious examples of this, such as when we tell ourselves, you don't deserve it, or it's your fault. In addition to these examples, there's a few sneaky ways that our self-talk can really cause some damage. You probably use them every day. The phrases I'm talking about here are I need to, I must, I should, and I have to. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that every single use of these are bad. Obviously, this is not the case. There's a reason these phrases are part of our vernacular. However, you might be surprised at how often they can be substituted for a similar phrase that has a lot less jerkiness to it. Let me give you an example. I need to start going to the gym. Simple enough of a statement, but would it feel any different if you were to instead say, I'm trying to start going to the gym, or I want to start going to the gym? I hope you're starting to pick up on what I'm getting at here. Here are some things that you need to do. Pay your rent, feed your cat, eat, shower, etc. When you do these things that you need to do or that you must do, you probably don't feel a huge sense of accomplishment when you actually get them done. By using that language, you're essentially giving yourself a threshold. Either you meet the minimum requirement or you fail. This sort of language is appropriate for things like paying your rent, but is it equally appropriate for going to the gym or getting a perfect evaluation at work? Let's run with that gym example because it has come up countless times in therapy sessions with my patients. Jane, which is a made-up name, tells me, I really need to start going to the gym. I know it will make me feel better, but I'm just so busy. Let's assume that Jane is depressed and anxious. Can you see the problem here? She's trying to feel less like crap, but she's already made herself feel worse by placing this must upon herself. She hasn't met the minimum, and therefore she has failed and feels worse about herself, which will in turn make it even more difficult for her to get back into the gym. If she instead tried to have a little more grace with herself and used language like, I really want to try to get back into the gym as often as possible to help make myself feel better, she would then be giving herself some more space to work with. The absence of a self-inflicted ultimatum allows her to have something to strive for. Now, when she gets into the gym, she's achieving something and treating herself well by doing the thing that she's been desiring. That is more motivating and more impactful than meeting the minimum expectations set forth by a should, must, or need to. So try it out for yourself. This isn't a huge behavioral change that you're trying to make. The idea is just to pay more attention to the kind of language that you use towards yourself. When you find yourself masturbating, which is a coined term by Albert Ellis, see if you can catch yourself and substitute in some more graceful language. Try it on for size and see if it feels any different for you. I've certainly seen this small tweak lead to disproportionate positive results in the people that I've encouraged to try it out. And that's it. That was a blog post. That's available at deafthepsych.com/should. That's a mouthful. deafthepsych.com/should. And I am Robert Duff, the author at the blog deafthepsych.com/blog, the author of Hardcore Self-Help Fuck Anxiety. So if you want to check any of those things out, I'd be greatly appreciative, and I'll see you for the next post.